Welcome to another edition of Saturday Morning Dad Jokes. Or are they just bad jokes? Prepare yourself, please.
Good morning. Welcome to another episode of Saturday Morning Dad Jokes. I am Tom.
I'm Mike.
We are here with another round of exciting and thought-provoking dad jokes this Saturday. Thank you, Mike.
Thought-provoking. that's
Trying to
like,
give us. I'm trying to bring us up a level. All right, maybe not.
Yeah, this is like philosophy 101.
Yes. Yes.
It actually is probably like philosophy.
Negative 101.
Yeah, I was going to say 99 or 98.
Oh man! So you're going to kick
yeah.
us off with a pre-digested dad joke? Is that the plan?
That is the plan. And I have some good news.
Oh.
It is not from. MSN.
Whew.
Oh.
Okay.
So the dentist, the local dentist here, I think I've mentioned this on the cast.
On his billboard,
wherever they are. They put a joke up on their. It's not a billboard, but like the sign, like there's things where you can put letters on, right?
Yeah.
So there's always, like every week, I would say, or 2 weeks, they switch it up. Interestingly, even through the entire pandemic, and sometimes they're weird, and other times they're not that funny. Sometimes they're straight from the Humor Me book, like the gummy bear.
Right. True.
But that one I think was appropriate for them because they are a dentist.
Right.
So
sure. Yeah,
that was fine.
It was fair game. Yeah.
The weirdest one they ever had up there was, it wasn't a joke. It just said, "Smile like you just farted," and it's like, what? That's weird to write on a sign. It's not like weird for us to say,
right,
in a very low level philosophy course. But,
right. But for a professional dentist to have it.
It's like, I don't know if I want to go to the dentist that smells like farts. I don't know.
Do you think, now there's an off chance here that somebody hacked their board and might have just rearranged the letters?
Well, that is possible. But I think it was up there for a little bit. So
well, that was probably the dentist excuse. If somebody caught him on it, be like, oh, somebody tampered with it. But then, ultimately in the back room, like snickering and thinking it was funny. So yeah.
Yeah, that is true.
Okay.
That is true. But anyway, so I thought if they wrote that, if it is and I assume that it is it might maybe more than one dentist, but I'm guessing like it feels like a single practice, right?
I would hope so. Yes.
A conversation with the other dentists are like
the partners, yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No, you're not putting.
Right. They would hard to get consensus on something like that, I would think.
Yeah, like every week. So it feels like
the only thing that could be is like a father-son practice. Now that I could see that being, but beyond that, it's either a single dentist or It
could be a mother-son. Could be a mother-daughter.
Oh, yeah, that's true. But let's face it, most mother-daughter pairs are not going to go to the level of fart jokes.
Smile like you just farted and run a dental practice.
Yeah.
I have actually thought about going there, so it's working on me. I don't really like my current dentist.
Well, if you do enroll, let me know because we need to have a video or something of you going in for the first time. Yeah.
So I thought this was a funny joke that they had up this week, and the joke is, and this is not from MSN, and I did write it down. Thanks for teaching me a plethora. It means a lot.
I gotcha. It took me a second to catch up. Yeah.
It's like,
yeah.
This is definitely This is not a philosophy class.
No, no.
It's just like
So where did you see that? That was
it's on the side. I thought that was funny. It's
yeah.
very clever. Thanks for
That's
teaching
witty.
me
Yes. Yeah.
a plethora. It means a lot. So I thought that was like, oh yeah, yeah, right on, Dennis. So
It's very possible that his customer base or her customer base, after seeing the smile like you farted statement, has now since submitted higher level things to put up there, and that's
well,
helping them out.
it is interesting that you say that. I didn't even think of that angle because it's also I wouldn't plethora. You know, there's certain words that you're conscious of throwing around that if you're in a meeting or something, you don't want to use some words that somebody's going to go like, "What?
Right.
Who's the egghead?"
Right.
But it's not I wouldn't say a completely foreign word to most people.
To most.
But
Correct.
still, it kind of has that, right? So it has a
Yep.
bit of an edge. Like, it's a questionable word.
Putting on airs, as we used to say growing up.
Yes. Yes. And it would be weird to use it in, I'm thinking of like when I would use plethora. Like if you said, I don't know, do you have some Pokemon I can borrow? And I would respond, well, yes, I have a plethora of them. Do you want Snorlax? Which of the Snorlaxes would you like? I don't. But when would I use that word? So, but
It's funny because I know that word, and it's certainly in my vocabulary, but I don't think I ever used it other than just to be, just to seem silly.
Yeah.
Like
No,
in serious
yeah.
conversation, even with professionals, no.
Well,
Yeah.
you got your goal next week.
Yeah, that's true. That's very true.
Drop plethora
Yeah.
in stand up or whatever you all have.
Well, I guess the only thing that is challenging about that joke is that there is going to be an age cutoff where kids won't know that. So it is
Kids
more of
won't
an
know.
it's more of an adult
It is.
dad joke esque. Yeah. But
Maybe that's it. Maybe they're playing to both bases. The child's like, oh, I want to go there. It
Yeah.
smells like you farted.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
no, I'm not taking. Now they're using. What's plethora? Is that a fart? No.
Yeah, that's true.
It means a lot. I don't get the joke. Oh,
That's true.
kid,
That's a good.
you're killing me.
That's a good point. I mean, I would give it a 4 though if I was ranking it.
Yeah, I think it's clever. I thought it was clever.
Would you give it a 4 too, or what would you give it?
Yeah, I give it a
Yeah.
4. I mean, it did. I wrote it down
Yeah.
when we passed it. It made me laugh.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
And normally they don't. Normally I'm just like, okay.
Yeah, but now it's gotten to the point where it's the best type of viral marketing for you because you're thinking
I'm
about
checking.
going. Yeah, you're thinking about going to that dentist now too.
I am. Yeah,
That's
and
incredible.
leaving our old dentist. But largely because my other dentist is always recommending me things. I'm like, I'm not going to do that.
Wow, that's like it goes to the old adage of like even bad press is good press. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, wow,
Yeah.
it's helping them out.
There you go.
Okay, well, I
So
like
that was a long discussion.
it's very
that.
very academic.
It is.
So
you gotta.
I do.
Okay.
I don't.
Hit me
It's
with your best shot.
yeah.
That's a song. You know what song it is?
Is that Pat Benatar?
It is Pat Benatar. Look at you.
Ding ding ding
busting
ding
out the-
ding ding. Yep. What do you what do you call a caterpillar pretending to be an officer of the law?
What do you call a caterpillar pretending to be an officer of the law? Ooh. Pretending to be an officer of the law. What?
Fake fuzz. Most kids will not know that the cops are sometimes called fuzz, or the fuzz.
The fuzz.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Examples. Well, typically it's British, right? So
Is it okay? Yeah.
Two examples that I can think of are Supergrass's song "Caught by the Fuzz,"
Oh.
and then which was to get into our early '90s Britpop.
Jeez.
Or mid-period. I think that's mid-period Britpop, isn't it? It's like, it's like, oh, we're done with Oasis and Blur. We need something different.
Yeah, it's probably mid-period. Yeah, if we're going to get technical.
But yes, they had a song called Caught by the Fuzz, and then the film Hot Fuzz, Edgar Wright.
Oh, okay.
Again, British with Simon Pegg and people.
Nice job. Yeah, I mean, I didn't even think about the British side of things, but
yeah. So I would say, I mean, that is it does have that a fake fuzz. Okay. It is definitely pretty. It's on the verge of bad.
Yeah.
it's on the verge of bad.
Yes, I would agree.
Because well, and also, I think I was thinking like butterfly,
Yeah.
moth. So I was thinking the things that it can turn into, or like, I don't know, what is the chrysalis?
Chrysalis, yes. As my son reminds me all the time. Yes.
Oh, your son's like, that is a chrysalis, father.
Yes, he does, actually.
You're like, nope, it's going in the trash.
Yeah, right.
But it's a chrysalis. Oh, already flushed it. Could have been spider babies. I don't know.
Yeah, I really don't care.
I don't care.
Sorry, you're crying now.
Yeah, I would give it a 3.
I think that's fair. Probably probably generous, but that's good.
Because not all caterpillars are fuzzy.
No, I agree, and my wife pointed that out. She was like, "I don't think of caterpillars as fuzzy at all." I'm like, "Well, some are."
That was it. I mean, some the cute ones, right? They're the ones that, yeah.
It's one of those things where I got too far down with the joke and too committed to it, to where when she pointed that out, she's like, "Well, think of something else fuzzy," and I'm like, I don't know what it would be. I mean, that would be appropriate. Like, I really couldn't think of anything. So I was stuck at that point. It was like,
I like that you got committed. You're like, no,
yeah,
we're doing this.
there may be 1 out of 100 caterpillar like types that are fuzzy, but I'm sticking with it.
Okay.
Yeah. So anyway,
I'll give it a 3. A friend of mine on Instagram, or I guess he's a friend and more like acquaintance person that I knew.
yeah,
I posted, and this is why I raised the fuzzy thing. It kind of I mean this kindly, but somebody who lives, I'm trying to think of the way to word it. They live a different type of lifestyle.
Mm-hmm.
That type of person.
Okay.
So they post odd things that I think most people, might wonder about. And this is one of his more normal posts, but it was, and I couldn't figure it out. It's like, do you own a caterpillar or what's going on? But he had a picture of a jar with a caterpillar like walking, and he referred to the caterpillar by a name and said something like, "Somebody is Winston is perky today," and it didn't have hair. It was one of those like kind of with the little stubby feet.
Yeah. Yep.
That's my caterpillar impression.
Gotcha.
So, but that one was not fuzzy.
Right. Yep. It's a little bit of a stretch, but all right. Audience-wise, it's probably okay for older audiences, especially that lean more British.
Yeah. Yeah, I would think. And fine for kids if they
know what it is. I mean,
know what it is.
I could tell it to my son. He's not going to have a clue. So
right.
He'll just laugh.
Right.
He'll laugh at it just out of obligation. So whichever.
Well, that is
comes with the territory, I guess.
That is Good, good to know.
Yep. Well, how about yours? Let's bring it
I
up.
do. I have
bring it up a
animal
notch.
joke.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. This might be a 3 as well. This might be it could be a 2. It is an animal joke.
Oh, okay.
Um, what is the most winning of mollusks? What is the most winning of mollusks?
I don't know.
The nautilus.
Oh God.
What I should have done is I should have said, "I'll give you a hint.
Uh-huh.
It's had not a loss."
Yeah, I like that spin on it a little bit.
When somebody's scratching your head.
Mm-hmm. It's cute. I'd give it a 3.
I was never happy with what is the most winning
Yeah.
of mollusks. The most winning. Like, what mollusk has the most wins? I couldn't quite figure out how to do it. But I think I like the idea of saying to somebody, it's like, you know, what mollusk has the most wins?
Or what type of mollusk is undefeated?
Is undefeated. What type of mollusk? Yes, that's better. Instead of the most winning, I couldn't.
I would like maybe put undefeated or something like that.
Undefeated. What mollusk is undefeated? And somebody's like, well, I'll give you a hint. It's had not a loss. Not a loss, man. And then just let them go. It's like you have the penny on your head and you pull it off and like whack your head. I think that was a Red Dwarf episode back to.
It was actually.
You remember?
I do. It's one of the few that I remember.
Everybody's like, go, go,
Yeah.
go.
Yeah.
None of that made any sense to like people who were watching or
most people. Yeah. Yeah.
most people, but it was funny.
Yeah. Yeah. I would give yours a solid 3, and
I'm gonna make a note though.
So that,
Because at some point I'm going to start telling these live, like I'll use them when people.
you're gonna do improv downtown. Be like,
Yeah.
hey, let me pull up a stool.
What mollusk is undefeated?
What type of mollusk is?
What type?
Yeah. Or something to that extent.
Do you like how I was talking to myself as I wrote that down, like spelling out my words? Undefeated. Okay. Cool.
I liked it. Yeah. Yeah. And audience-wise, yeah. Did we cover that yet?
No.
It's kind of like mine in some ways. I mean,
Yeah, kids might not know the term mollusk,
or catch the play on words. You know,
or catch the play on words,
Yeah.
or knowing what a nautilus is.
Yeah.
I mean, that's pretty specific.
that's what. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, but and like you from real life, this was drawn from real life.
Dog days.
No, when my wife and I recently went out to visit family, we came back with a nautilus shell.
Oh.
So
How big? Good size.
pretty big.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's about that big. It's a big one.
Nice.
I mean,
So
Yeah. And
Yeah.
I also looked up, like, is it technically a mollusk?
Right.
And I think that this was interesting. So this is where we learn shellfish. I believe is just a colloquial term.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not a. It just refers to. It could be anything.
It's broad.
Like,
Yeah.
it's broad and it doesn't have a scientific basis. But technically, I think it would constitute as a mollusk.
Interesting.
I think I kind of looked into it briefly. This is while we were driving back and searching on my phone with questionable service. So if somebody wants to correct us in the comments,
Please, by all means.
you can.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
We might delete it.
That's true. It could be hidden, or
Could
not,
be hidden.
or we could not approve it to even be posted to begin with.
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a good point.
But
Anything else going on at your end? Did you get any? Did I hear you got a new subscription service?
I did. I got Disney Plus again.
Oh, and what was the reason behind that?
What was the reason behind that? We were going to watch. So I like to buy Blu-rays and then rip them.
Mm-hmm.
And I got I got I got this
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
Studio Ghibli.
yeah.
My wife, this, in the, I've been watching a lot of anime recently, or like rediscovering my love of anime. Not necessarily crap anime. This film
Uh huh.
is incredible. You need to watch this. This is such a good film.
Okay.
I give it my highest recommendation. I love this. This is 2001 or 3. You can probably stream it on Canopy, or um, yeah, we could talk.
Yeah,
I can
yeah.
maybe
I got it. Got it.
help you out. Find it somewhere online. I don't know.
Yeah.
But uh, I hadn't converted this the other night. We couldn't watch it. It's actually our anniversary.
Oh, happy
Yesterday.
anniversary.
Thank you. It was our anniversary, and we came back. We were going to watch something, and we couldn't find it. I got all frustrated and weird. And Christy was like, "Look, look, look! I can fix this. Let's just get Disney." And I was like, "Oh, fine. Yes, let's get Disney." And we watched Alice in Wonderland,
Oh, a classic.
1951. And I'm going to say it's like it's not one of the best Disneys of that period. The classic. It kind of felt like maybe they were phoning it in a little bit.
You've also got you gotta be on a little something like a psychedelic or something to really.
Well, it wasn't as psychedelic as I was
Oh,
hoping. Like, I think Snow White, the Snow White forest sequence is like up there as one of the most terrifying.
Yeah.
Like, that is crazy. And the witches, like at the end where she's up on the rock and
True.
the dwarves are chasing her. It's it's disturbing. 'Cause
Yeah.
they're like gonna, like, it's weird.
Especially
like,
if you think about
that's-
kids watching it. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, no, and they're angry. They're like, let's kill her. It's like, ooh, this is really dark and it falls off a cliff. It's yeah, that one for my money, I think is pretty. The story, crap.
Yeah. Yeah.
but,
Yeah.
um, but yeah, we watched Alice in Wonderland. I think in part because I've been talking to her about I want to go read Peter Pan, the original, because apparently that's very, very disturbing, and in the Disney-fied version, you know, like Peter Pan like maybe kills the Lost Boys. And my wife was telling me that when they get too big, like he cuts them down to size or something so that they can fit. But yeah, it's about in her words, this is what she said about how children are psychopaths until they learn morals.
Interesting.
And if I think about my own childhood and your childhood, I mean,
I was a saint. Yeah.
yeah, you were. There's an angel. Look at the angel. It fell from heaven. With his BB gun.
Yep. I was the protector of the neighborhood.
10-year-old vigilante.
Right. There will not be a squirrel or bird that comes on our property. Yeah.
but I don't know. So,
Yeah.
so speaking slightly out of turn here about Peter Pan, but Peter Pan apparently as a book, it is somewhat dark, and I was interested to read that. And then obviously Alice in Wonderland is crazy as a text, Lewis Carroll. But yeah, as a film, I didn't think it was that. It had some moments. I like Tweedledee and Tweedledum.
Have you seen the more recent versions?
No, and Chrissy wanted to watch one of those.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think there's a Tim Burton one, right?
I think so.
There's a Tim Burton one, and then too, interestingly, that as a piece of filmic that's been adapted. I think you could go pretty much back to the start of film, and I think there are silent versions of Alice, relatively famous, known like in film studies type circles. I think there are a couple versions of that.
Makes sense.
But it certainly lends itself to the fantastic in imagery and special effects. But yeah, as a Disney film, I don't know. I think I maybe was hoping for more, but I'm glad I saw it.
Well, just to take things down a notch, if you want to watch some very basic but entertaining animation. It would the new Doug Days from the movie Up with the dog. They're advertising it heavily on Disney Plus. They're only 10 minutes long, so they're shorts, but they're
Is that the squirrel?
yes, but it's the dog and the squirrel, and then of course the older guy that it takes place after the movie, so they go and they buy a new house and they're settling in, and the dog has his own backyard, and it's based off the dog's perspective of his new home, new life. But it's entertaining. You might want to watch an episode or two. Like I said, you can get through it pretty quick. So we liked it. We started watching it earlier this week because it just came out.
Okay. Well, that's there you go. So you got some. Our viewership has some recommendations.
There you go. Anything else that's exciting to share? You're still upstairs, not quite back into
I'm
your.
Still upstairs. I'm
Yeah.
still upstairs. I think the only final thing that I would share is that just thinking. I know that our listenership, our limited listenership, hates our intro song.
Still, nothing's changed.
With a passion. Well, you apparently hear it a lot more than than me. But I thought maybe next show I got a music device and we could sample some songs. We could play a little bit and you'd be like, nah, maybe I like that.
Okay.
But I could drop you some songs. I've written so far.
That's not a bad idea.
I've written like 5 things that actually have a tune.
Is this with the calculator thing?
No. This is with a synth I have.
Okay.
But I could do something with the calculator too.
Yeah, like put them together.
I've been getting back into music. That's what I did this summer. I'm not a good musician, as is evidence of
The intro.
of a terrible song. It's like the most grating thing ever. That's like a joke in and of itself.
But people know when they hear that, they know exactly what's playing.
Oh, they do. They do. That is my inner Lou Reed. It's like, let's do Metal Machine music for the intro. Let's just alienate them out of the gate. 2 sides and industrial noise.
Uh-huh. Hey, like I've even gotten so I tone it down a little bit. Like I bring down the levels on that so it's not quite as biting.
Piercing?
Yeah, biting is what I was going to say.
Yeah. Well, and that's that. It was a gift somebody gave me that. I think my brother gave me. It's that really high pitched like wee that thing. It's called an automaton.
Uh-huh.
And it's this thing that you run your finger up and down and it makes a note, but it is always out of tune because it's not a set of keys.
Makes
it's
sense.
Not playing. So if you go slightly off the key, wherever that is on the touch thing, it's like it's kind of like me playing violin when I was a kid.
Oh, I can see that. Yeah, I mean with a lot of kids, but yeah, not
they
just
asked
you.
me to lead orchestra.
Did they really?
Yeah, they're like,
wow.
Maybe you don't really care about this, Mike. And I'm like,
It's like very similar to Civil Air Patrol.
Later.
Mike, could you please just get out of formation because you're not really marching with us.
They did. They asked me to lead Boy Scouts, orchestra, and CAP.
I'm glad you found your home though. It just wasn't with any of those places.
About face or right, left. You're on the left.
Oh, I remember. Yes, to this day.
Civil Air Patrol.
Like you were the only one that would turn around and go the opposite direction of everybody else when they were.
God.
Yeah, it was great. But it went to show that you weren't like just faking it. Like you clearly.
No.
Yeah.
I had no aptitude.
Yeah. Right, left. Yeah.
I still don't know my right from my left. I've gotten a little better.
I remember you struggled with red light and green light when we were kids.
Oh.
Yeah. Like that you have to stop at the, like somehow earlier on.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, time has passed and your brain's been rewired. Yeah.
Survival
and you've survived,
now.
right. But for the longest time, like, yeah.
Now I get my wife to drive.
Get an Uber, yeah.
Get an Uber.
Even though you have a car, right? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Well, cool. I think that probably should be where we call it.
Yeah, this is like a long episode.
Yeah.
There was a lot of banter.
Hopefully people will humor us. Well, have a good week, folks. We'll see you next Saturday.
Next Saturday.